I'm just here to introduce our moderator for the evening, Mr. Pekka Sivonen. He comes from the Finnish innovation funding agency Tekes. Some of you Finnish people know him as the founder of Digia, but he also told me that he's been called the veteran of all the wars of internet. So I think he's going to have to explain that himself. So please welcome Pekka Sivonen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here at Lahti. Veteran of all internet wars there ever was. I have a 35-year background on entrepreneurship and 32 years in mobile software. 8 months ago, I joined the Finnish government to fix the situation that we have here. I think that digitalization is the only means to fix the situation where Finland is, and I'm going to explain you how. When speaking about digitalization, there's definitely something going on. If you look at the list of top 10, top 20, top 50 most earning companies, globally speaking, there's a lot of new names on that list. On top 50, there's 38 new names that were not on the list on 2014. This is a 2015 list. And these are the early indications and results of Internet of Things, Internet's age, business models, and digitalization in general. We are now at the brinks of the era of the Internet of Everything. What's causing this? If we think now on the number of connected devices globally speaking, we are looking around about 10 billion connected devices, mobile phones, tablets, etc. By year 2020, the number of connected devices will be fivefold into 50 billion. In addition to this, at the same time frame, we're going to have around about 200 billion sensors. Think about that, how connected the world will be in just 5 years' time. That'll mean big data. The big data will be so big that one slide is not enough to fit it. And what to do with all of this data, that's the question. If you think about Uber, for example, we had a great discussion over the last few months whether Uber would be legal in Finland or not. Okay, now finally it is, or will be. But already 2015, at the Bay Area in San Francisco, Uber rides contributed into $150 million in revenue. At the same time, the data that was collected from the users, the clients, and the drivers was sold with $450 million. That's the business I want my country to be part of. By 2020, we're going to have 5G. The standard will be frozen in 2018. This will be really, really disruptive technology combined with blockchain and some other developments. This will mean that the amount of mobile data, Finland, by the way, again leading the charts with 8 gigabytes per subscriber per month last year, which is twice the amount of Sweden, who placed second. The amount of this data will 500-fold by 2025. That's a lot of data. This is not 500%, this is 500x. And let's see how the world will look like once this happens. A short video, please. That's kind of a development that should really challenge every director in any company on this planet, and not just here in Finland. If we really believe that the data is the currency of the new society, trust will be the central bank of it. We're, by the way, in a country where the trust amongst the citizens towards the public entities and government is the highest in the world. This is something we are not going to jeopardize. We are not going to compromise on that one. If we think about how the trust will be facilitated in the future, I think, and my colleagues agree violently, that blockchain will change the world even more than internet ever did. One of the key elements of it will be replacing the third-party trust, based on what banks and other financial institutions do exist. You see the past, the present, and the future. I think my colleagues shortly are going to explain what this actually means, so they'll be covering that part. The connected world, the other technologies than blockchain, including the 5G, will mean that many, many things will look different in just a few years of time. And many, many businesses get reorganized and challenged by new business models and new entrants that were not in the game a few years ago. Our flagship company in gaming, by the way, the first decacorn company in Europe, from 0 to 10 billion euros in 5 years. Be ready to eyewitness this kind of developments. We've seen what we can envision now, maybe 1% of the development. So use your imagination how the 99% will look like. Many things are going to look totally different, and the amount of data is such that we're definitely going to need artificial intelligence to make any sense out of it. This is exactly why my government announced a deal with IBM Watson a couple of weeks ago. We want to use that to improve the standard and quality and efficiency of our healthcare system. That is, by the way, totally renovated and reformed. Augmented reality, virtual reality, those two alone will be more than the value of TV, globally speaking, by 2025. These technologies will enable totally new ways to operate business. This picture comes from city of Oulu, who once was bold with their Nokia mobile handset business, which is now non-existent in that city. I've seen a total reincarnation in that city. And Oulu people nowadays tell me that the best thing ever to happen to their city was that Nokia mobile phones is no longer there. Think about that. In a post-Nokia mobile phones era, we have now 1,000 Nokia startups, 400 plus of them in the area of IoT. We at Tekes, together with our colleagues at FinPro and other Team Finland players, we are productizing the offering of these companies in the event of IoT factory, IoT hospital, IoT ship, IoT school. These will be the key building blocks for a smart and clean city. And this, by the way, happens at the time when the rest of Europe is having a shortage of 1 million ICT professionals. And I was the guy given the problem to find new jobs for these guys. And now we are doing it. Actually, that's the best problem ever to have in this kind of a situation where technology develops so fast. In one slide, the weather system, that's the way I call the digitalization strategy. At Tekes, we are really putting a lot of effort now on the new stuff, artificial intelligence, robotics, artificial augmented reality, virtual reality, and blockchain. So if you get excited about the next speaker's ideas, we might have a mechanism to fit your appetite in doing something cool in our country, together with innovative startups. This is something I would like to leave with you. We've been used to be dominated by American technology vendors and players in the past. API ecosystems, aggregator models by Google, Facebook, Apple. My data carries a lot of opportunity for us Finns as Europeans, and also for the rest of the Europe. And this is something where we are going to play hard, and we are building our strategy on my data-centric approach, where we are empowering the citizen and doing our best in terms of retaining their trust with the best technology there is in the world, including blockchain. Finland is back. We're the most innovative country in the world. We have the most educated nation in the world, #1 in digitality, and a lot of other things. And last but not least, #1 sustainable country in the world. And I think there's a lot of things for us in the future. And after the Paris climate agreement, I think all those will be turned into money. Creating solutions that don't improve stuff just by 10%, but 10x. We're the country that makes digital difference. We build digital solutions with social inclusion for the big problems of the world.